Rich homie Quan, you're finally back. I just have one request. Please do not bring this shit back. Yeah, that's borderline gay. Yo, what up? It's your boy Black with Black TV, where we give you reviews and hip-hop news. And today I'm going to be doing a review on Rich homie Quan's new project, Back to the Basics. Don't forget to hit subscribe to Black TV and hit a like and leave in the comment section of what you think of Rich homie Quan's new album, this video, whatnot, and just leave in the comments of what you want me to react to, what you want me to review. And if you are a solo artist, independent artist, or you're a group artist, whatever, I will be doing independent reviews. So if you're interested, on this ticker, hit me up on social media, on Instagram or Twitter, and I will get back right with you. And I promise I'm going to give you an honest opinion about your project. So don't get mad if I think it sucks. It's just criticism. But anyways, let's get started. Rich homie Quan has been gone for almost 2 years, and now he is now signed to Motown Records. And when I actually first heard this is actually what I thought about Rich homie Quan signing to Motown. Rich homie, baby! The reason why he was gone for so long is that he had to go to court for his old label, TIG, Think It's a Game, and try to settle out of court of his contract. Plus, he had a side contract deal with Birdman, and we all know how that ended up. And he just basically just had to do paperwork, and it just took longer than expected for him to release the music. But now he has actually released a decent project. The reason I'm calling this an album because I'm sick and tired of artists actually coming out with so-called mixtapes, and they're on streaming websites like Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify. If you're gonna put your music on streaming sites, which is damn near like purchasing a purchasing an album, you might as well call it an album. It's not a mixtape. If you're gonna put a mixtape out, put it on Live Mixtapes, Spinrilla, or Dat Piff, and just call it a day. But otherwise, we gonna us critics is gonna call it an album because it's gonna be count as for sales. 1,500 per streams is equal to one album sale. So just stop it, y'all. Stop it. But the cover is actually pretty dope. Like, I like the transition of his name on top of his face and the color scheme of it. I mean, the cover is actually really dope, and you know, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Well, what I like about Back to the Basics is that the production was okay. I mean, the beats all damn near sounded the same, but with Rich homie Quan's voice on the beats, he actually enlightened the instrumentals. Just like on Hard Code and Back in the instrumentals, I mean, they sound the same to me. Like, when I say the content is there, just like on the track The Streetz, where he actually just talking about how he was in street life and how the street life is, and on the track Straight, where he just talking about his past and how he lived up. Like, I was really feeling that music. And what Rich homie did on this album, he actually went back to the basics. Like, when he first started out, like on this album, it's really not as much as him being flashy or whatnot. He's really talking about the struggle and stuff he went through back in his previous life, and that's what he did on his first few mixtapes. And I salute Rich homie Quan for that, because he's in a situation to where he's back. He basically is back at the bottom, and he's got to climb his way up back to the top, right where he was. My favorite track on this album is number 1, Never Made It. Number 1, like when this track first comes on, it basically tells you a whole summary of what this whole album is about. I was loving the beat, and I was surprised it was this good. I mean, I shouldn't be this surprised, but if you take a 2-year break from hip hop and whatever, and you know how the music industry is now. Like, it just basically chews you up and spits you out if you really not doing nothing in hip-hop. And for him to make a track like this, it was actually pretty dope, and I commend Rich Homie Quan for that. But yeah, this is going on my playlist. Now, as far as what I don't like about this album, even though the content is there, even though the beat sounds great, all the 11 tracks on this album basically sound repetitive and sounds the same. If you really sit there and just riding down the road and just not listening to the lyrics, it's basically the song, the music is gonna sound the same. Like, if you casually just listen, you're not gonna really tell which song is which. But I mean, it's not too much to say that it isn't bad on here. I mean, the 11 tracks he have on here is a good kind of choice for what he got going on, and I think he picked a great selection of songs to go on this album. My least favorite song on this album is number 9, Replay. This song really didn't make any sense. All it was talking about was comparing himself playing with a woman's pussy like a DJ, and just saying stuff what he do with other women. Like, I mean, I really don't care what you do with a woman's pussy, but I mean, I really didn't care about that. But that's my only gripe. I mean, I like the beat on the song, and I mean, I like his flow on the song. But as far as the content of this track, nah, I won't be listening to it. But let me go ahead and rate Rich Homie Quan's Back to the Basic. I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. I was really surprised that he stayed on top and made good music, from going to the situation he was to the situation he is now. And he actually went back to the basics, which he really needed to do. He really didn't get his stardom of fame until he really connected with Young Thug and did the whole Rich Gang thing. But with this right here, it shows where his real true talent was and how he really came into the industry. And this is what he exactly needed to do, and to stand on his own 2 feet. So I'm gonna give Back to the Basics a 7 out of 10. So what do you think of Rich Homie Quan's Back to the Basics? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think Rich Homie Quan is gonna actually make it in the industry and capitalize back to where he was? Do you think Rich Homie Quan is over with, it's done with it? Leave in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit subscribe and hit a like if you like this video, and tell me what you think about this video and his album in the comments. And until next time on Black TV, I holla on Black TV. Yeah!